Immersive technology is emerging as a game changer for businesses across the industries. Virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, that is VR, are no longer science fiction. They will be becoming integral tools for enhancing productivity, collaboration, and learning in the workplaces. So this is a very different topic and to the heart of now the future industrialists. And we have Mr. Sadashib Padhee, who was my colleague in Philips. He has worked with Philips from 2001 to 2012 as a director HR and country head. And he has now acquired this knowledge and experience in this field. So this is going to be a game changer for the future industry. So without spending much time, I will request Mr. Sadashiv Padhee to start his presentation. Sadashiv Padhee is a well-known in the HR circle today. So let's hear from Sadashiv Padhee this innovative topic.
Um, good
Over
morning.
to you.
Good morning, Namaskar. I think thank you all for sparing time on Sunday morning, and it's very encouraging to know this one is 115th episode of the bi-monthly forum, and such senior people, I'm very humbled to be asked to present something probably which all of us we know about. Before I begin, I have one submission and one disclaimer. The submission of mine is I don't know much in the subject, and I am as good as anyone, any novice in the field. But I happen to have been liking this kind of topic in my tenure at the Center for Industry 4.0, and where I could learn about AR, VR, and other AI tools, and I could do myself something which can inspire the younger staff in the Center for Industry 4.0 lab. And my disclaimer will be like the most of the examples of mine will be from my own experiences and from the manufacturing industry's background. So pardon me if I'm not quoting example from IT, ITS, services and other sectors of the businesses, but mostly the mother uh, business sector, that is the manufacturing sector, has played a great role in this topic. I get reminded of one thing while I'm speaking to now. I was working for a National Dairy Development Board around 30 years ago. There was the Amul fame, and the chairman, Dr. Varghese Kurian, who is known as the milkman of India. On my date of joining there, I told some of us that your degrees and diplomas certificate, what you've earned during your academics, uh, should have a date of expiry. It is a very powerful sentence because one Dr. Kurian told us that whatever you learned should be upgraded each time that you feel that you must upgrade yourself. So that's what he said. All your degrees and diploma certificates should have a date of expiry, and that became my mantra to keep on learning. Basically, I'm from the HR and IT background, but I had a lot of passion for technology. So when I retired at the age of 60 from Kirloskar Pneumatic, I was given the charge of the director for Center for Industry 4.0, and where I could learn about the AR, VR, MR, many AI tools, and that is quite interesting because that was going to the future. So my request to all of us, including ourselves, will be how to keep on upgrading our knowledge. Uh, Knowledge in one lifetime, earning a lot of knowledge in one lifetime will be really inadequate. So the moment I get a chance and opportunity to learn, I try to learn. Uh, I'll also like to tell you that in the social media now these days, in WhatsApp messages, you must be watching a lot of videos which are really AI generated. Recently, there was a video very interesting. A tiger coming and being on the sitting on the road of a village, and it was told Chandrapur in Maharashtra, and the tiger was being treated by a person like a big cat, and that was looking so real, and people started believing it. Then also the sequel to the entire thing, that the tiger is coming back attacking someone, in the near the forest area, and then again tiger is bringing back the person and leaving him with a bottle of water. I think these are a few videos must be watching, and you must be realizing that how powerful the social media and also supported by the AI and AR VR is becoming so real to us. About me, I like to say that I came to Pune in 1993, and I was the I happened to be the head of HR for Philips VISHAY in Loni-Kalbhor for 12 years, the longest serving HR head of Philips so far in India, and very interesting. Rabade sir was my colleague, and always in the quest of knowledge is to encourage all of us to learn. And then I joined Kirloskar Pneumatic, one of the most famous engineering company in Pune. And then after that, I retired from there and joined the C4I4 lab director, which is in Pune University campus. I also working now up my post retirement. I think on more busily with a few other organizations. I'm also a certified director, and I am on the board of a few MSMEs and big organizations as well. So this is my background. I stay in Pune. I live in Vanwadi. I now 35 years in Pune, so I'm a Punekar. Though my name, spelling, etc. may look a bit different, but basically I'm from Sambalpur, Odisha, where I studied and then migrated to Pune and I became a Punekar. This is my introduction. Let me begin quickly. We're given 40 minutes time to cover up the topic. Most of the topics will be conceptual because at this level of seniority, all of you probably appreciate the concepts rather than the hardcore topic and the how part of it. So let's, I think, move towards few concepts which I believed are very dear to me. Yeah. Uh, Sometimes, yeah. This index will be a brief survey on the topic, what actually I did about the topic, evolving people culture, evolving technologies, evolving people-centric technologies, Industry 5.0, an example of the future immersive workplace, and how the high-tech and high-touch world, high-tech and high-touch both required, and then toward the end we'll have a Q&A session. What is the high tech and high touch? This is the world has become post COVID actually. COVID taught us a big lesson to us, and the high touch part of it probably is more visible post COVID era. One of the favorite HR gurus in Simon Sinek, he says, imagine a world in which the vast majority of us wake up inspired, feel safe at work, and return home fulfilled at the end of the day. This is a very ideal world, actually, what Simon Sinek has described. Second one will be, you can take my factories, burn up my buildings, but give me my people back, and I'll build the business right back again. There is Henry Ford in around more than 100 years old. So people part of in the entire thing plays the biggest role. And what Sir Henry Ford told 100 years plus ago applies till now. Third one will be very important. Customers will never love a company until the employees love it first. This again, Simon Sinek speaks about the same concept in the Leaders Eat Last in his book there. Then also the what is actually happening in last 2 decades is that the entire triangle of the hierarchy is actually melting, and the newest concept is build a team so strong you don't know who the boss is. So that means everyone in the team is leader. So these are few concepts. And in a VUCA world, we know volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. And Professor Warren Bennis and Bert Nennes coined the word VUCA, and the book title Leaders. So VUCA has migrated to another complex word called Bani. Bani, as we all know, is brittle, anxious, non-linear, and incomprehensible. And Jamais Casico coined the word bunny, and this is we are living in the bunny world. It is the concepts, the theory, the practices are so brittle, and we remain anxious in the business. None of the businesses are really linear, all are non-linear and also incomprehensible. To thrive in a business, I think we need to struggle, we need to wade through the rough water of the bunny world, and who can do that, they become very successful. So to me, again, my favorite is that people culture is something like a fragrance. When we spray a fragrance on your clothes, then we don't need to tell people that we have sprayed fragrance, and is actually can be perceived, it can be felt. So people culture also something like a fragrance. When you have a people culture, an excellent people culture, probably can smell it from the security gate reception of the factory or any offices for the matter. So people culture is always like a fragrance. And people processes what actually we see like decorating a table with a flower vase. When the floor is very clean, I think the flower vase suits the table. If the floor is unclean, the processes are not in place, processes are very haphazard, the people are always in a firefighting mode, and those things actually does that you own the digitization and the newer concept own suit. So the floor has to be very clean, processes to be there in the place, and very mature organizations, they try to adapt to the newer technologies of the digitization and the other AI tools. So this is the last slide, which I always say that the word excellence became very popular only after 1976. 1976, when Nadia Komanski, 12-year-old girl, scored 10 out of 10 in the Montreal Olympic in 1976. The scoreboard was not designed to show 10 is a score. The maximum score was 10, but it was never believed that any Olympian can score 10 out of 10. So the scoreboard in the Montreal Olympics showed it as a 1, as a digit. But actually, she demonstrated the score of 10 out of 10, and the word excellence became started popular from 1976 onwards. Now we speak about business excellences, people excellences, supply chain excellences. Those things, these are actually a perfect 10 out of 10 are to be earned. So these are a few conceptual topics which I believe are really to be in the background of the topic what we are going to discuss now. When I describe a high-tech world, that means hyper-connected world. At home or maybe with ourselves or the children at home, please look at how many gadgets they have got. One child, maybe a teenager, must be having one or two phone, then one laptop, one tab, maybe some other electronic gadgets. So all the gadgets they connect themselves. So it is a very hyper connected world. Now we're talking about 5G. So when we drive from, let's say, Pune to Mumbai, what Rabdes are doing on the train, when you're driving a car, probably 5G will enable many useful messages on the road itself, like what we actually experience in the US, like something like traffic jam or something like that. So I'm giving an example that each one of us have been hyper connected in this world, in hyper connected world already. AI, ML, machine learning, VR, AI is artificial intelligence. Then sorry, yeah. Uh, then the AR and VR have taken already to different orbit. If you look at the machine learning or the connected machines have been playing a big role. We've been using those things at home as well. And the speed of time, I'll tell you the example. The speed of time is very fast. And of course, then when the COVID hit us, that time everything went back by around 25 years in 25 days, I can say 25 weeks. Things went back, and then human beings started feeling the need of being in high touch. So compassion, empathy, sympathy, kindness, they also came into play, emotions particularly. And so what actually we're doing here is that we're trying to balance between a high tech and high touch world. And we'll have some more examples when I start across here. So when I speak about the speed of changes, speed of evolution, just imagine that the Earth, which is almost like around 4 billion or plus more than 4 billion years of evolution, just imagine that the Earth has evolved in last 24 hours only. It's a very hypothetical example, but yes, we need to imagine if the Earth is only 25 hours sorry, 24 hours old, then all the modern days inventions, what we are experiencing and living in, have happened in just last 10 minutes. This is the speed of time. Because the biggest of the inventions happened in the last 300 years maximum, except for maybe some of the discoveries. But if you look at I'm talking about the innovations and inventions in the pharmacology, in the telephony, in the electricity, in the automotives world, and many, many things that we go through are just hardly 300 years old. So the speed of time is that Earth is 24 to 24 hours old, and then these innovations happen in the last 10 minutes alone. So its speed of time is very fast, and the best 10 inventions, science and technology are mostly during the last few hundred years only. Michio Kaku, who is an American theoretical physicist, is already alerting us about a traffic jam around the moon. Michio Kaku probably is one of the very well-known American physicists. He has always been speaking something about future of science and technology. So he had predicted that there'd be a traffic jam around the moon very soon from now. Also, we are experiencing the reusable SpaceX rockets, the rocket that goes up and again they land back and can be reused. So these are a few of the innovations. But what happens is in a high touch climate, uh, Uh, in high touch climate, what happened? The elders, like the Gen X, or many of us, we believe in, we remain as the prisoners of our past. We believe what we had experienced and we are free form about it because we experience them and we remain there. And unless we really try to acclimatize to the future, it's very difficult for us to acclimatize and try to grow. But at the same time, the Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they become a gladiator of the future. They believe, the younger generation believe that they're gladiators. They can do anything. They can win over any war. They never can be defeated. So in a high-tech digital world, these generations are becoming more brave but sometimes they do blunders also, believing that they can do anything. So being human in a high tech and high touch digital world will matter the most. The balancing between high tech and high touch. So, but same time, high touch is not at all only and only good words, polite tone, proximity, and knowing one inside out in details. But instead, it is a lot to do with the empathy, compassion, and the kindness. This is what I mean to by saying high touch word. Simon Sinek, in one of the popular talks, was describing about heart counts and not head counts. So heart counts matter the most and not the head count alone many times. So this is just a summarize the prelude to the entire discussions. Hyper-connected world, speed of time, a traffic jam around the moon, then the managing the high-tech climate and high-touch climate which remain elusive, and also the seniors become the prisoners of the past and the Gen Z, they dare to become the gladiators of the future. And being human is between a high tech and high touch digital world will matter the most. So let's come to the main topic of how the future immersive workspaces. And it is extremely important for us to internalize overall aspect of people culture. Why does it happen? What actually we're trying to convey or try to gain from learning from the future immersive workspaces? Because we want to speak about the culture and also like high tech through a high touch world. That becomes the major one. I'll begin with an example of and I'll take the industry 5.0 as an example here. So this is very understandable. Most of us we know about industry 4.0. Same time, industry 5.0, which is actually nothing but industry 4.0 plus with an empathy, with a human touch to the entire thing. So I'll begin with the video. It is hardly around 3 minutes video. So we'll enjoy this actually about the future immersive workspace and what is manufacturing 5.0, an example of a manufacturing sector. So let me begin here. This is a very interesting.
What if the future of industry isn't just about machines, but also about us, the humans? What if we're not being replaced, but rather we're being repositioned? Think about it. In our rapidly evolving world, the fear of automation replacing jobs and rendering human workers obsolete is palpable. But what if we shift our perspective? What if we consider the possibility of technology not as a replacement, but as an enabler, a tool to augment our abilities? This is the proposition of Industry 5.0, a more human-centric approach to automation and industry. To fully grasp the concept of Industry 5.0, we must first understand its predecessor, Industry 4.0. This was a concept that emerged around 2011, primarily in the European business environment. It was a time when the industrial landscape began to change drastically. The focus was on digital transformation, leveraging robots and smart machines to enhance efficiency and performance. It was all about automation, connectivity, and data exchange in manufacturing technologies. But as we moved forward, a new concept started to take shape, Industry 5.0. Unlike its predecessor, it carried a more global reputation from the get-go. The core idea of Industry 5.0 is not just about machines and automation, but the humans working alongside them. It emphasizes the human impact and how technologies like the Internet of Things and big data can empower human work. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic and the ensuing economic turbulence, Industry 5.0 gained traction as a post-pandemic take on industrial automation. It's more than just a concept. It's a vision of a future where technology and humans work hand in hand, where sustainability, resilience, and enhancement of human talent take center stage. The main difference between Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0 is the focus on adding the human touch to machines. While Industry 4.0 was about making machines more intelligent, Industry 5.0 is about making machines more human-friendly and empowering human workers. So, while Industry 4.0 brought the rise of the machines, Industry 5.0 is about bringing back the humans. With this shift towards a more human-centric approach, what are the key points we need to remember about Industry 5.0? First and foremost, the defining feature of Industry 5.0 is the integration of humans and robots in automated industrial environments. We're talking about a workplace where man and machine work side by side, complementing each other's strengths. This isn't about replacing human workers, but enhancing their capabilities and productivity through technology. The second key aspect is achieving a balance. Industry 5.0 doesn't just prioritize technological advancements, it also values sustainability and resilience. We're looking at a future where industries not only leverage technology for efficiency, but also consider the long-term impact on our planet and society. Now let's talk about the enhancement of human talent. In an Industry 5.0 environment, humans are not just task performers, but decision makers and creative thinkers. The focus is on leveraging technology to empower human workers, fostering a culture of continuous learning and skill development. But like any transition, the shift to Industry 5.0 comes with its own set of challenges and potential roadblocks. These range from issues of cybersecurity and data privacy to the need for extensive workforce training and the potential for job displacement. However, with careful planning, these challenges can be mitigated, leading to a more productive, sustainable, and human-centric industry. So what does all this mean for us? It means that in Industry 5.0, we're not just spectators to technological advancements, we're active participants shaping the future of industry. The future of industry is not just about machines, it's about us. And it's happening now. Industry 5.0 brings humans back to the forefront, working hand in hand with technology. It's about embracing the change, stepping up, and actively participating in this thrilling transition. It's about us shaping the future of our industries, making it more sustainable, resilient, and human-centric. So let's roll up our sleeves and dive into this exciting new era together. If you found this video insightful and want to stay updated on the latest industry trends, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. What if the future...
So it was quite an interesting video about how the future immersive workspace will look like. Just a hint in the background, the Industry 5.0. I'm sure you must have liked the video, and when you can go through different concepts on 5.0, probably you'll find more interesting topics. Very quickly, let me describe about what actually Industry 5.0 we're talking about. Let's begin with the Industry 1.0, that is around the year 1780, which Industry 1.0 was focused on mechanized production using steam and water power, marking the beginning of the industrialization, like steam engines and all, were part of the Industry 1.0. Then came the era of Industry 2.0, 1870s. introduced electrification and mass production techniques through assembly lines, revolutionizing manufacturing processes. Then 1970s Industry 3.0 brought automation through computers and electronics, enhancing production efficiency and leading to globalization. Then Industry 4.0, that is the present situation, present era, is centered on digitization using AI, IoT, that is Internet of Things, and data analytics to create smart, interconnected manufacturing systems. These are the evolution of the last four stages of industry, from industry 1.0 to industry 4.0. But when we adopt manufacturing 5.0 or the industrial revolution of industry 5.0, what actually happens is that when you transit from to manufacturing 5.0, several challenges for the organizations are faced, like energy management and the adoption cost. It consumes a lot of energy when you are using high-tech SPMs and the high-speed machines and the automated machines. It consumes energy, and also the adoption cost, because you need to sensorize, you have to put a lot of sensors in the machines, and a lot of other technologies which really demands for a higher cost in the beginning. Secondly, the energy management becomes crucial, and the integration of the advanced technologies increases the energy demands. Again, is repeat of the first point, because significant consumption of energy poses a challenge in many of the countries which are energy deficient. Third one is the organizations may face high upfront cost associated with the adopting new technologies and training employees. But employees need to be trained thoroughly to manage the workspaces. Like, if I can convey to you the concept called dark factory now these days. What is a dark factory? Dark factory means only robots and cobots will work. Kobo is actually is a collaborative robots, as you know. So when the robots and cobots are working very flawlessly, seamlessly, there is no need for humans being employed. That's what I think I heard in the beginning. Sir was talking to me about the unemployment. Actually, is one of the big concern. And Makran sir was saying, asking me to what actually happens to the people who are displaced from the shop floor, and there's unemployment there. So yes, that is a fact. But actually, there is not the only fact, because there should also be a lot of employment generations as well. Fourth one is that there is a need to reassess existing processes and workflows to accommodate a more human-centric approach. Many times we have been speaking about the cellular manufacturing, then machine layouts, those things on the floor. So here, when we adopt Industry 5.0, I think those are a few of the things we need to focus, and that is a challenge for many of the organizations. Then but at the same time, the key strengths are three. They can be combined to three different pillars. One is human-centric approach. Second is resilience, and third is sustainability. We know it is a human-centric approach. When you deploy cobos in the field, then you get the consistent results, less accidents, less mistakes, and those kind of things which are really human dependent. Second is resilience. Resilience focuses on the ability to organizations to anticipate and respond to crises. You won't have any unpleasant surprises and crises when you adopt the Industry 5.0. And then also profit optimization is there. You can predict the profit. Preparing them for the unexpected challenges is again the management stay prepared for any unexpected challenges in the future. Third one is sustainability. Sustainability extends beyond minimizing harm to actively creating positive environmental and social impacts. We all know about sustainability. When 5.0 is deployed on the floor, at that time, then you can really can sustain your goals, and you can be have a very responsible practices by deploying Industry 5.0. Then applications and examples. When you're having collaborative robots, that is cobos in manufacturing, then you have bright examples in the automotives, particularly now these days in auto lines. As many of us we know, we have many cobos, and then the examples have become very popular in the manufacturing sector. Also, like personalized medical devices. These are the examples. When we walk into a hospital, actually, what we look around on the doctor's chambers are 90% electronics, electromechanical equipments. And these electromechanical equipments with a very high level of AI built into it, actually, they really help the humankind to treat the elements. So these are the examples of the Industry 5.0. And medical sciences are really growing quite a bit. Like we have a robotic surgery with the like the earlier the cataract operations surgeries of the eyes used to take hours. Now these days is like a robotic laser surgery with eyes at a certain age that takes hardly few minutes. Many of us we have probably experienced those things. These are the two examples. There are many. But the lighter side, what happened, the Gen Z, they anticipate and apprehend, they imagine a lot of things should be happening. Like, when you deploy AI, this cartoon says, that this restaurant has an app that lets you download Parmesan cheese from the cloud. When you talk about the cloud management, people, it is, or the lighter side is humor, but things will not be very far. Many things will be happening. Now the artificial intelligence has, the machines have started manufacturing artificial meat. Israel was one country around a decade ago. They came out with some of the machines that could produce like non-veg vegetarian is actually vegetarian. There no animal meat involved, but actually that was a quite a few things. Many similar things are actually are there in as an examples. So let me summarize what actually happens in the Industry 5.0 is that what is machine learning, and then IoT and IIoT, that is Internet of Things and industrial application of the IoT, artificial intelligence, that is one of the most dominating area, AI, augmented realities, and the virtual realities. Also, there are mixed realities, MR as well. Robots and cobos and cloud computing. These are few of the words probably we get very now becoming very common, and we try to make them out quite easily. So these are the few of the technologies behind manufacturing 5.0 or the industry 5.0. But same time, when you speak very high about AI and how the AI is helping humankind, I think probably we know the dangers of the AI as well, the future of AI. Jeffrey Hinton, the winner of the Nobel Prize in Computing in 2019, who was employed with Microsoft, he resigned at the last year because he could apprehend the dangers of AI, because he was the father of AI. He invented AI. Jeffrey Hinton was the godfather of the development of AI, and Hinton believed that AI systems could be more intelligent than humans, possibly leading to machines potentially taking control. It has also been reported, by the way, that some of the machines have become hypocritic. Some of the machines who have been AI enabled, they try to produce something, but they also behave like a human, like the biswasghat, hypocrisy. So they don't do exactly what they're supposed to be doing. It's very, very dangerous, and they become very powerful. Also, like Jeffrey Hinton asserts that the AI systems have experiences and can make decisions based on those experiences, their experiences. According to Hinton, AI systems may not currently have much self awareness, but they could develop this in time. Like human beings, we have our self awareness. We try to become more aware about ourselves. Even the machines also may become more prone to their self awareness slowly. And there is one of the good and bad both. Hinton, along with other colleagues, created software in layers which enabled machine learning where correct connections get stronger and wrong ones get weaker, allowing a machine to teach itself. Machines are teaching themselves. That's what the AI is doing. An AI system, despite having fewer connections than humans, may be better at learning and acquiring knowledge. And yes, Hinton warns of the potential risk of AI system autonomously writing and executing their own code. They can write their own code, and then they can make their own systems and processes, which become very dangerous sometimes. In the war, if you see the kind of the AI-enabled drones with the size of a honeybee, they can attack uh, the enemies in thousands in number. Thousands of bee-sized drones loaded with explosives, kinetic. So the human, if, unless the human beings we are using AI in the right manner, probably world may face a lot of difficulty. So let's listen to what actually Jeffrey Hinton, in one of the interviews, shared when he resigned from Microsoft. He described about his own
Jeffrey
experience.
Hinton.
Jeffrey Hinton,
Jeffrey Hinton.
seen as the godfather of artificial intelligence, has quit his job at Google, warning of the dangers of AI.
Does humanity know what it's doing? No. I think we're moving into a period when, for the first time ever, we may have things more intelligent than us. You believe they can understand? Yes. You believe they are intelligent? Yes. You believe these systems have experiences of their own and can make decisions based on those experiences? In the same sense as people do, yes. Are they conscious? I think they probably don't have much self-awareness at present. So in that sense, I don't think they're conscious. Will they have self-awareness? Consciousness?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I think they will in time. And so human beings will be the second most intelligent beings on the planet. Yeah, but as soon as it gets really complicated, we don't actually. Jeffrey Hinton.
Jeffrey Hinton,
Jeffrey Hinton. Exactly how they do those things. So one of the ways in which these systems might escape control is by writing their own computer code to modify themselves. And that's something we need to seriously worry about.
This was actually Jeffrey Hinton's worries, and Jeffrey Hinton was quite concerned that if we don't control the uses of the AI and modern tools, it may go against the humankind. This is the last few slides, and these are some of the questions. What is current status of the Industry 5.0? What is industries most affected by Industry 5.0? How does Industry 5.0 differ from Industry 4.0? What challenges does Industry 5.0 face? When will Industry 5.0 fully develop? And why is Industry 5.0 is important? So these are some of the things which I'll share because of positive time. Probably I'll be quickly go to the last few slides. Yeah, this is the video that I think all of us may like. What actually is happening is that how the VR, the virtual realities with the 5G technology, with the 7D cameras, how holoportation is happening, how we can really use technology in terms of changing the features of the like in this case the music. And many of us we know Elvis Presley was one of the most famous singer of the West, and he now the technology is bringing Elvis Presley to alive to sing with the judges of the America Got Talent. American AGT, probably all of us we know, is one of the competitions where many of the talented people showcase their talent. And so here the judges are Simon, Sophia, and Heidi. They are watching Elvis singing as if Elvis was live. It'll be very interesting, very funny, very humorous. And with this thing, probably will be closing my presentation. So this is showcase of AR, VR, AI, and ML. And this is actually a very nice way, very creative way they have been using. So please enjoy this song for 2-3 minutes now, and then we can go for the Q&A.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's serious an honor to be here with you all on America's Got Talent. I'd like to thank Tom, Chris, and Metaphysic for having me here tonight. I have to tell you, we're going to do a couple of our biggest records for you now. This first one is a kind of love song. And as a great philosopher once said, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. When I said you was hard, when I said you was hard, you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
You ain't no friend. Talk like an angel, talk like an angel, but I know the devil inside. Metaphysics, Heidi, you sing it.
So that's the last slide. Thank you so much for your time and attention. And Rabbi sir, probably we could be completing my part in exactly 40 minutes. So we'll go for the Q&A now. And I'm sure you must have enjoyed the videos and the concepts and some of the things. But this topic being very vast, it was difficult to cover within 40 minutes time. But I think I've tried my best to prepare to cover what actually Industry 5.0 and how it looked like in future. So immersive workplaces will be very different. I was speaking to some of the interns about how Pune will look in 2050 and how the immersive workplaces will be different. So we could create a very beautiful small movie with the help of the students from the Film Institute Pune, and 2050 would be it look like. So maybe when the time permits, I'll be showing you some of the concepts behind the immersive workplaces in Pune in 2050. So thank you for your time and attention. I'll stop sharing now and we'll be going to the Q&A. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Can anybody share their views and their questions they can raise? I will keep this channel open. Thank you.
I'll stop sharing this one.
If anybody is not having question, I will start one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Actually, first of all, thank you very much for introduction to concept of Industry 5.0 in your talk in early phase of your talk. Then second thing is the human factor you have touched. Okay, the similar thing I read in the Tata's book, Creation of Wealth, written by R.M. Lala, in which he
Yeah.
emphasized on the human beings more than anything else. Okay, machines, production, profits, and whatever industry and all that. The human beings are number one, as he was. Their culture, Henry Ford's culture was also similar one. Okay, so that was the I wanted to share with all of you. Third thing I struck to my mind was, does that machine learning is equal to the experience we talk? Our veterans, our seniors, our you can say elders talk about the experience. Uh, so is it similar to, because these robots and all that, or the AI is looking for the more and more learning themselves, more and more the data-based artificial intelligence. That means it's the experience only, na? What do you
Yeah.
your say, sir?
You're right. You're right, sir. Absolutely. Because the what actually that makes me think about one question always puzzles the humankind, that what came first, what theory or the practical? So actually, when you become practical, then only you learn experiences, and the experiences improves the theory. So theory, the practices, the experiences actually teaches the machines. So it is both the same. Once our veterans we share our experiences, then only the veterans or the senior people they know what not to do, and the younger generation probably they know what to do. So when the senior people share the experiences, they improve by contributing what not to do. And then these are the few examples they give from their own experiences, which improves the machine to learn. Because machine learning, after some time, when they become more advanced and more mature, then the machine start experiencing and learning on its own. For example, automotives. When in a batch production, things go on and on in the similar manner, same quality, same specifications, then the machine learning, the data collection and data analysis and analytical deployment or the practices become similar. So I think we're on the same page. The experiences of the veterans or the seniors and the machine learning on its own are almost the same.
Thank you. I saw the similarity. That's why I shared that thing actually.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And apart from machine learning, the machines are actually dependent on the data also. So the more the data, they will be more smarter, or they will learn, and then they will yield. So the quality of data is also important.
Yes, actually, right. How to if you there's an the went about the quality of the data in IISc Bangalore. They have a
Hmm.
special research center on
Hmm.
uh, improving the data collection through sensors. The sensors what we usually are getting in the market now these days, they depends quite a bit on them to collect the data. So very micro minute data, let's say for a macron of measurement, actually a micron of measurement, how to measure and to collect the data depends on lot on the sensors. So IISc has been doing a lot of research on improving the sensors. The more advanced the sensors will be, I think there will be more quality data will come out, and quality data getting good analysis probably can improve many of the systems and processes. They're doing it in the area of medical sciences, because invasive surgeries is one of the major target for the surgeons around the world. So non-invasive surgery, sorry, how not to have any surgery and cure the things. So they are coming out with the equipments which are with very high advanced sensors, which will collect the data of the certain patient and analyze them properly and can recommend non-invasive surgeries. So to answer to you, yes, data collection, quality analysis, and recommending solutions there are very, very important.
Can anybody join the question answer session? I
Yes,
invite.
sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. I have questions. Can I please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. One is most of the thing you mentioned is exactly meeting the NEP 2020 as of now we're talking about.
Mm.
One is when we talk about NEP 2020, I'm sure all of you are aware about. Today we are talking about dual degrees. So when we are talking about dual degrees under CBC, that is a credit-based mechanism, where anybody working on an X factor can also specialize on other factor and get 2 degrees, so that it is industry requirement. It is no more certificate center. It is going to be work center. That is what we're talking about. So going forward, there is another factor that which is very interesting is since I'm working on industry academia 5.0. I'm working on it. Definitely, at the guidance of Tech Forum, I really like to meet you and take forward a lot of things across Pan India and globally also. That is one part of it. Second is when you mentioned about the medical perspective, yes, it is non-invasive. So what we are working is we have started working on dental engineering. So
Hmm.
very simple example when we talk about dental engineering is we're talking about the dental tables now. What happens is when a dentist over a period of time checking the patient, the dentists tend to suffer spinal problems over a period of time. So economics may how exactly we can better and have a good designed dental chairs. One. Number two, there was another interesting statement you made, geopolitics. Now, under the geopolitics, now India is to a very large extent becoming self-sufficient. So now we are working with engineering and dental institutions across pan-India under the DCI Dental Council of India and the ICTE, how we can create entrepreneurship exclusively for dental equipments. We are working on that. Then obviously, yes, under the, as I did mention before, when I was introduced, when we spoke about the Indian knowledge system, how technology can correlate with medicine now.
Yeah.
So we are talking about kit in a bag. So in this kit in a bag, it is again non-invasive. So the non-invasive measurement of a patient, where under the internship of the medical institutions, they can use this kit, which should not be weighing more than, let's say, some 5 to 6 kgs, where it can be carried in a backpack. And they can go on interiors, tribal areas, so on and so forth, to validate and verify the health of a person. So we're working on all this. So the point is, I'm very happy that, most of the things that I'm working at least on the draft, at least on the board, on the drawing board, most of the things, I'm so happy that, there's another person also with your reputation talking the same. So again, I would really be happy if Tech Forum under Mr. Rabadi helps me to meet you. There are a lot of things we can discuss together, which today the government of India, I'm also part, I forgot to tell you, I also was part of the capacity building commission of the Prime Minister's office.
Great.
So we are working on a lot of things, keeping industry, how it can match, let's say the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, how 5.0, and also back into the education system. So this is what exactly it is. So this is what my input. I'm sort of supporting, sir, whatever you did mention. And thank you very much. You spoke about Elvis Presley. I'm on the 60s where we have grown up with. So thank you very much for the song.
Yeah, that's what I chose this video actually. Yeah, that's right. Because we only
Maybe
know.
it is maybe what you want to do. That's
Yeah.
that's a song of the album. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. One lifetime we must enjoy each day.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, sir. I think you shared quite a lot of things. I think you're playing a very important role, and they'll be really be nice. The world would be better when we have people without much ailment and much pain. They'll be able to live. The C4I4 lab was the under the aegis of Ministry of Heavy Industries, and I used to frequently for 1 year I used to deal with the Ministry of Heavy Industries. And this ministry, the central cabinet has one special ministry, a section which is working only and only on different type of technologies, particularly drone. Drone is playing a big role, and we know from, let's say, from Karjat in Maharashtra to fly to some places, to take the courier to it to take 1.5 days, which is now only 1 hour in through drone.
Absolutely.
Northeast states 7. It's very sad to share with you something which I learned in northern eastern state. Last 70 years, many people travel. I mean, underprivileged people. It is very common for them to lose one limb before they are 40 years of age, because of the terrain, because of the kind of like things like that was they used to climb mountains, hills to go to places. And so it is very common in the northern eastern state. I don't know how many of us we are ever from there. So the government took it up to themselves to deploy AI and drone related stuff to not only for logistics, also for critical medical equipment and medicine. They like the, for example, like for a ECG from one place to other place, come to the doctor, it was very difficult. But now drone is actually taking the ECG equipment and taking the ECG reading and sending the data to the doctor very easily. So loss of limbs and then heart diseases and all these things are coming down. So what I'm trying to convey here, sir, for you, or maybe you can know better, or probably from other experts, the government is coming out many different schemes in these directions. and I was dealing with the AICT and NHDC for educating 500,000 students and engineers across the country to be trained on AI/ML, which is a very uphill task. Because
Absolutely.
the topic we won't get faculty, and the NHDC and yeah, we won't get they so they're not able to pay the faculty, and so difficult to convey and so difficult to train 500,000 students. So I think we need to jointly work
No,
towards.
sir. We will, sir.
Yeah,
So when you mentioned about the drone, there
yeah,
was one particular activity which we conducted in the borders of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So there was a huge problem of monkeypox. That was the diseases that was
yeah,
rampantly spread on the tribal areas on the hilly part.
yeah,
So we were trying to understand who or which manufacturer in India was manufacturing nano drones. So this was basically to collect blood samples of insects and rodents from that particular part to create vaccine. But unfortunately, since we couldn't find anybody manufacturing a nano drone, you can imagine a drone going and picking up blood samples from an insect. It could
yeah.
be a bug, it could be a mosquito. I'm just mentioning. But unfortunately, we couldn't find out and we had to drop that project, which was worth around 40 crores.
Sir, IISc Bangalore again has a special lab on development of drones, again, very small ones, but
We
actually
tried.
they have dedicated to the defense services. They're not taking projects for the medical yet. That's
That's
what
a
I
point.
knew of.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately.
same time, one Dr. Purushottaman, the head of drones and other initiatives in University of Andhra University, Vizag, they have been an excellent lab on drones. So
Yeah.
they can be contacted by you to learn and
In,
to progress.
in fact, we did because SRM group of institution you was definitely aware about it is one of the top medical segment across pan India, especially in Trichy, a place called Trichy, and in Chennai. So I'm basically Tamilian from that part of the world. So I have seen and we worked across because it was ramp. This happened much before COVID came into picture. Monkeypox, especially because they
Yeah,
being a
yeah.
tribal, and most of the students when they go for an internship under the medical for the final year, they had a problem going over there. But anyway, when we meet, probably something can come
We'll
out.
catch up. We'll take
We'll
talk
definitely
offline
do.
for
We'll
sure, sir.
definitely do.
Yeah, well, before concluding, we have got only 3 minutes. I got some lighter questions, but it has got serious background. That is, you are being a HR person. I want to ask you, have now HR people have started recruiting AI robots, and they have started recruiting robots.
Yeah, actually, the HR happened to be now tech HR, almost like simple HR will will fade away, except for the people become HR people become counselors or maybe the mental health well-being. Except those parts, only pure simple HR will fade away. And you were right, sir. It not actually not hiring, but if you go to many places, let's say I used to in Akita in Japan a few years ago, and the in the entrance of the factory, it is written there, we employ 70 robots and 7 human beings. So in Japanese, they write there. So there are IGVs and robots and cobos. So people in HR in India as well, they are trying to employ a different type of cobos and different I won't say technologies, not the robots. Let's say, for example, one of the big firm in Pune, around 10 years ago, they came up with a technology to assess the career path of employees. So when you through a questionnaire, let's say there will be around 50 questions, you interact with the computer, and at the end of the half an hour session, the computer will give a report to you about that what kind of career path you should have and what you are having now. So what are the gap, what are the areas? Sometimes in a funny situation, the computer also said that you are already overpaid and you are already less qualified here. Better you look out. I'm just joking, but those kind of reports also will be coming out from there. So to specifically answer to your question, sir, the robots and cobos are deployed and is much better. Let's say I'll give an example: spray painting in the automotives. In the when the Scorpio was being launched, I've seen in the year, I think that was 1996, 97, that time the Mahindra was coming out the Scorpios. The paint shop deployed 4 robots and they took out all the employees from the paint shop in Nasik. So from 1996 onwards, if you see all the paint shops in the automotive lines, they all are having only robos and cobos. So whether you call it employing or deploying a technology is actually this thing. So HR people, unless they support and collaborate with the technologies, then probably they are not contributing to the business growth and the capability utilization of the people. There are many good examples in Pune. There are a lot of good things happening. I've seen in my days, let's say, I'm very proud of my Loni-Kalbhor as a factory in Philips, BCC and VISHAY. We could do Six Sigma on, like Mr. Bapad may be knowing probably, Six Sigma on a 70-year-old machine. And excellent. So we could really can revive a lot of good things. And though they were not called robots, we've got the best of the best shot blasting technology in Loni. We've got some of the good like laser printing machines in Loni since last 2 decades. So probably we're not calling them robos and cobos, but the technology was being deployed already earlier. And HR people need to learn and support. I being from core HR, I have a lot of passion about technology. I can repair a drone. I can write Python programming. I'm a Scrum Master, Agile. So those things we need to learn. Otherwise, as you said, constant updation of knowledge is the only way out now. In one lifetime, though it is very short, but yes, we must keep on learning. So HR people are no exception. They have to learn, and then only they can become more successful and can be more consultative to the businesses.
Thank you very much, sir. It is already 11 a.m. now.
Yeah.
So I want to conclude the session. Okay. Thank you very much, the members who have joined it. And this subject is quite vast and quite novel. So it needs to be touched again and again. As Rabade was telling, that we should have your session somewhere. He said about some institute, na? He said about college, na? Some college.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll look into that. We'll look into the future about these things. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you everybody who have joined.